I just released my first mock draft. Let's break it down. Cam Ward going to Tennessee. This is pretty much chalk at this point. I love Shedeur Sanders. I love Jackson Dart in the right offense, but the Titans have made it very clear they're not moving off of this pick, okay? They're meeting with him independently. They're doing all this stuff. Their whole entire production team was there for his pro day. It's no secret that Cam Ward is going to the Titans. And number 2, I have the Browns going Abdul Carter. For a while, I thought there was no question that Cleveland was going to go quarterback, but that was also before I thought the Titans were going to pick Cam Ward. I don't think Cleveland's going to feel the need to reach for Shedeur Sanders. With Russell Wilson just going to the Giants, I think that Kirk Cousins to Cleveland is going to happen, reuniting him with Kevin Stefanski. Cleveland also can trade back into the first for Shedeur Sanders if he starts to fall, or if they really like Jackson Dart. In addition to that, Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett, that's just scary. I remember when Bradley Chubb was coming into the draft a few years ago. It's more than a few years ago. I'm getting old. The idea of Chubb and Garrett across from each other was just scary to think of. In fact, that was just the year after Myles' rookie season. Now, in addition to that, they drafted Denzel Ward with the 4th overall pick instead of Chubb. That worked out pretty well for them. Now you do get that scary tandem off the edge with Carter and Garrett. And number 3, the Giants are going to go Travis Hunter here. They could go Shedeur Sanders. I don't think that they're off the quarterback train just because of Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. I think that they are more than fine with people thinking that, though, because what did I just say? They want to trade back up into the first if Shedeur starts to fall, or if they like Jackson Dart. They can kind of trick teams, although if I'm figuring it out, you're not doing a great job of tricking. Travis Hunter goes here, though. I've heard that he wouldn't be the best cornerback just simply because he plays a lot of zone. Typically, your best corners are guys who are going to be able to play man coverage. I still think that he could be very good in man coverage still, but pairing him up on the offensive side with Malik Neighbors, that's scary. You still have Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt. That turns into a pretty explosive offense. The problem is you don't have a quarterback. So, Jameis, chuck it up. Number 4, the Patriots are going to go Will Campbell. They just added Stephon Diggs as I'm making this video. I think that they would love to pair Travis Hunter with Drake May, but you need help on the offensive side of the football. Will Campbell, he has the short arms, so guess what? You're either getting a super athletic tackle or you're going to get the next elite guard. Either way, New England can use the help. At number 5, we have the Jaguars taking Ted McMillan. This is a little bit high for my liking. He's not even my number 1 wide receiver. But guess what? I think that the best case scenario with McMillan is he turns out to be Mike Evans. Guess who was just working with Mike Evans? New Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. At 6, we have the Raiders getting Shedeur Sanders here. I think Shedeur is going to be amazing. Amazing. I love it. Pairing him with Pete Carroll, this is going to be fun. Shedeur Sanders is a guy, okay? Is he maybe a little bit high here? Yes, but also if you have a chance to go get a quarterback that you have faith in, you go and do it. Shedeur Sanders to the Raiders. 7, the Jets go tackle Armand Membao. I think that's how you pronounce it. Athletic tackle. Listen, there are some really good pieces on that Jets line, and then there are some very big weaknesses. You can put him next to Elijah Vera Tucker on the left side. I know Chuks Okorafor is there now also, but bring in some more help. I know a lot of Jets fans are going to want to see Tyler Warren go here. I get it. You had a chance to get Brock Bowers last year. Continue to go tackle. Whether you want to move Olu Fashanu to the right side or whatever, now you have 2 young tackles to carry on into the future, along with just one of the best guards in the league in Elijah Vera Tucker. 8, we have Jalen Walker. The Panthers need talent on the defensive side of the football. You have J.C. Horn, and you have Derrick Brown. Other than that, that's it. There's no one else worth mentioning. Sorry, there's just not at this point. I know you bring in Tashawn Warden from the Chiefs. Jalen Walker gives you that versatile defensive chess piece. I love it. A lot of people are going to say it's a little bit too high, but I love the tools. At 8, the Saints are going to go D-tackle with Mason Graham. I think Mason Graham is a top 5 player in this draft. Guess what? Their new head coach, Kellen Moore, just came from a dominant defensive line and a dominant offensive line. With both Will Campbell and Membao off the board here, you go ahead and grab maybe the best defensive lineman in this year's draft in Mason Graham. Pair him up with Brian Bresee. You got some 2 interior guys. You have some edge guys like Isaiah Foskey, who they drafted in the 2nd round. You still have Cam Jordan there. Slowly but surely start to turn that defensive line around. At number 10, I have the Bears going Ashton Jeanty. I do think that this is actually a little bit high for Ashton Jeanty. I'm not quite as high as everybody else is on him. With that said, I still think he's going to be a very good running back. But guess what? The Bears, you pair him up with DeAndre Swift. Slowly, Ben Johnson has kind of his own Detroit replica tandem in the backfield. Ashton Genty's that David Montgomery. DeAndre Swift is DeAndre Swift or Jahmyr Gibbs. That can be an exciting crew. I know you could go tackle here to take over for Braxton Jones. I get it, he's the weak link right now, but I think that line is going to be so stellar. It's setting up for an Ashton Genty to have just a monster season. Number 11, I have the Niners grabbing Kelvin Banks. He can play on the right side until Trent Williams retires, and guess what? Trent Williams, he might be the best left tackle in the game, and getting better each and every year, but he's not going to play forever, and he does have some injury concerns. Start to euphemize that offensive line if you're Kyle Shanahan. 12, I have the Cowboys drafting Mikael Williams. Kind of same thing. A lot of people might think that this is a little bit too high, but I think that he's stellar. Whether you're going to trade Micah Parsons or not, you need another edge. Dante Fowler's not going to be a long-term piece. The Dolphins go Kenneth Grant, pair him with Zach Sealer. All of a sudden, you have some great run stuffers up the middle. Number 14, the Colts go Tyler Warren. They had a chance to get their generational tight end last year. Now they grab Tyler Warren. Colston Loveland's a little bit more comparable to Brock Bowers, who they had a chance to go get last year. But Tyler Warren, I've been saying this, he's like some of these quarterbacks. If you get him in the right offensive scheme, he's going to be amazing. Shane Steichen, I don't love the culture that he has built in Indianapolis, but I do love his offense. Bring in Tyler Warren, another weapon for DJ or Anthony Richardson. 15, the Falcons go Will Johnson. I wish that he was a little bit faster. If I thought that he was a little bit closer to 4.4 speed, then I think he would be a top 10 pick and maybe even a top 5 pick. I think he's that good. The speed is really the only question mark. And speed, I think cornerback is the one position where I value speed the most. 16, my number one wide receiver, not named Travis Hunter, Emeka Egbuka, he's reunited with Marvin Harrison. I love this. This is actually one of my favorite picks of the whole entire draft. Get Kyler Murray some weapons. Let's see what this guy can do. 17, Jahdae Barron to the Bengals. The Bengals had a very good nickel, Mike Hilton. He turned into not a very good nickel. Okay, great against the run, liability, and coverage. Jahdae Barron is just going to be amazing. This guy, he's one of my favorites. I want to get my hands on him so bad. He's so freaking good. 18, Seahawks grab Jahad Campbell. Mike McDonald gets his own Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen type player. 19, the Bucks go Shamar Stewart. They haven't really been able to generate the pass rush needed on the edge. Interior, they're amazing. They have Kalijah Kancey, they have Vita Vea. But on the edge, it's been a little bit lackluster. Shamar Stewart has all the tools. Let's see if he can turn them into something useful. At number 20, some people are going to have Omarion Hampton. I hope not. TreVeyon Henderson is a first-round running back, and he might be stolen from the Steelers, who's going to pick next. He gets behind a great offensive line in Denver. All of a sudden, Sean Payton has just another weapon for Bo Nix to play with. But Sean Payton has shown he's not afraid to pick a running back in the first round. Look at Reggie Bush. Look at Mark Ingram. 21, we have the Steelers going Derek Harmon. He creates a nice little three-man rotation between him, the ageless wonder Cam Hayward, Cam Hayward is still one of, if not the best D-tackle in football. Dominant, future Hall of Famer. And then you also have Keanu Benton, who can hopefully take that next step. 22, the Chargers have Will Dissly and Tyler Conklin, but guess what? Colston Loveland's too hard for Jim Harbaugh to pass up. 23, the Packers go Matthew Golden. Hopefully he can be that number one wide receiver in a room full of number twos. Tyler Booker goes to the Vikings, continuing to try to build in the trenches. They want to be a little bit tougher this year, less of a finesse team. Number 25, we have Josh Simmons. He has maybe top 10 potential in this draft. He goes to a Texans team who you have two tackles right now, Cam Robinson and Trent Brown on short-term deals. Both guys are good, but they're both kind of flyers. Give Josh Simmons a chance to sit if needed. If he can play right away, great. Isaiah Thomas to the Rams. He joins a young defensive backfield. This just seems like a Ravens pick. Malachi Starks falls all the way to the Ravens. And guess what? Now you have Starks and Kyle Hamilton. That's scary. The Lions grab Senior Bowl star Mike Green. I think that this is a little bit high for him, but they're going with tools. The Commanders snag Donovan Jackson, an interior offensive lineman, so they're continuing to rework that O-line for Jaden Daniels. Number 30, Nick Emmanwori, the athletic freak, heads to Buffalo. Walter Nolan can be that Chris Jones replacement. He goes to the Chiefs. And then 32, the Eagles get Gray Zabel, a versatile offensive lineman. Don't know if he's going to play inside or outside.